Foxley Gray, ladies and gentlemen, wonderful. Hell of a guy, really. Now there's a guy who knows stealth. Foxley Gray.
Oh, thank you, President Trump. Thank you. I'm honored. Now you might be wondering, what's Foxley up to today? Well, I'm telling you, I'm in my Humvee, and I'm loaded for bear, and I'm heading up to Northwest Airfield. There's a group of cannibals who have blocked off a punch card bunker there, and my pal and teammate Shane died, and I've been told that he made a fantastic lunch. Well, I'm going to make my way up there and start picking these guys down. And coincidentally, I was later to find out that it's the same group that is responsible for only this morning breaching Foxhaven. Now, they were pretty honorable about it. They did leave a landmine and I died. They cleaned out our armory, but they left our personal tents alone. I didn't have one thing missing. Kudos to them for being honorable at that. Now we're coming up into Cabinino. First left takes me into Vibor, the second, Grashino. I'm going to take the Grashino road, and we're going to hide this Humvee just short of our destination. There I stash the Humvee a safe distance away from the airfield, and we'll proceed in on foot. I would have liked to have arrived at my destination before nightfall, but it is what it is. I have a pretty good idea where they are, and I keep hearing them popping off shots, so it's not going to be very hard to pinpoint these guys. I am geared up for a night fight. I have my NVG scope, and I have night optics for both my my AURX, and my VSD. Now these guys are holed up in the only bunker that requires a punch card on the Northwest Airfield, and it's encircled by purple smoke. I'm going to get an elevated position on these guys and see if I can't get a tactical advantage. I already do have the tactical advantage knowing what area they are in and them not knowing that I'm here. Now I'm just going to lay down a little insurance policy just in case I'm pushed when the shots start to fly. Now ATC isn't our target, but you never know. Everybody likes to climb ATC. Ah, and there be a culprit right there. He's in the penthouse loft in the bunker. Now, this isn't your typical bunker like Livonia. There is loot in there, and I mean there is loot in there. There is everything you could imagine in that bunker. Now, this is a no-rule server, and if you're strong enough to hold it and keep it, more power to you. But I'm not going to let that happen. Not today. I don't know what they're shooting at. As long as it's not me, let her rip, boys. At least I'll know where you are. Well, we still have a little ways to go before morning yet. As soon as it gets a little lighter, I'm going to try and drop a range in on that. I'm estimating around 400 to 500 meters. Alright, I don't have any meds on me, so I'm going to slip inside just in case it starts to rain and try to keep warm. Get a little food into me and see if we can't keep away any illness. Now, even though I've already checked my flank, I gotta keep rechecking it. You never knew who's gonna arrive on Northwest Airfield. I've hunted for several key locations on the airfield, and this is one of my favorite. It has a great vantage of a lot of points of interest that players flock to. As a matter of fact, the only area I can't get a hunting scope on from here is construction. And it's a hell of a nut to crack when you're inside defending it. And its architecture provides a high-risk exit when things get a little too hot. Time to wrap around the top and take another look. Okay, to my surprise, I see 3, one on each side of the room and a third running from left to right. Time to get a range on that building. Yeah, she's sitting around 400 meters. And it won't be long now before I can squeeze a few shots off. And as day breaks and opportunity presents itself, I see a skinny little Santa prone on a roof. I think I just uncrossed his eyes, Cletus. Dead. One more for good measure. Now I'll give those other fellers a minute to wring their pants out. Welcome to my web, said the spider to the fly. I would say that fella's got a plate carrier on. And that should have broke his leg. This shot, yeah, he got in the window before I shot. Don't know how he's still alive. Now, they don't have a visual on me, but there's no doubt they know which direction the shots are coming from. I need to stay low, use my environment for cover, till I can get a decent firing solution. Yeah, there he is. Back right corner office, top floor. Crap, that copper tube in front of me took that shot. I need to readjust my position and my range. 500. He's at the back of the office. I need to get that copper pipe out of my line of sight and closer to the edge to compensate for the bullet drop. Left side, prone on table. No movement on the second floor. He's either on Con or Oscar Mike, but I do catch movement on the first floor. Unable to explain why that player on the roof didn't die, or the one on the table, I have to reconfirm my range. Two targets, left side, first floor. Just as I'm laying up for a shot, they break up, and I catch a third player. Now that's 4 total, including the dead guy on the roof. Poor Santa. An undersight on my part. I thought I had a few extra clips for the Savannah, and I have no 308 to pack them. So I'm going to try and switch up to the VST. But personally for me, the scope I'll be using is stretching its limits at 400 to 500 meters. For me. And yet the Savannah just feels so much more natural in my hands. Well, I've gone and picked myself up a cold. Well, there's no sneaking up and pushing them now, so it's going to have to be a long game from here on out. If they haven't figured out my position yet, I'm about to help them out. Now, that additional explosion and smoke should have those boys looking my way. Now, I don't want to stay in this position too long, and quite frankly, I should have moved already. But in the event that they do get a flank on me, remember, I have that claymore set down there. You know what? Let's pop one more tank, just for good measure. Not sure if it's the infected hearing me cough and sneeze, or someone's trying to creep around. Gotta watch this back door. Or maybe it's just my wishful thinking. I think it's time we poke our nose outside again. As you can see from the rendering, I'm experiencing quite a bit of lag at the moment. That's the suppression snap I would suggest from an M4. After exchanging a few rounds, I think it's time to get out of my ivory tower and do a little flanking. I'm going to do a wide flank around their northeast and see if I can't get a better vantage. Now there's another friendly player in the area. He's feeding the intel from the vantage point he has. They've left their compound and headed towards ATC. So I'm going to flank back around to my original position, get back in my tower, and take a look. Now, the Santa I shot on the roof would have remained there, with players within 125 meters for at least 10 minutes. The body's gone. Confirmed. Players have moved on. Now, we're back at the tower where I originally shot from. Now, remember the claymore that I had laid in the stair column earlier? That's no longer active because I removed the trigger within the 50-meter active radius. To fix this, I just need to go back up, disarm, and rearm so I can sink the trigger back to the claymore. So don't throw away your used triggers. You can use them to reclaim other players' claymores, like this. Now, with the trigger in the hand, it'll give you the option to disarm the claymore. Once you do this, you simply redeploy it where you want it. And I'm going to toss it slightly behind the door, so when it opens and they peek, they won't see it. Confirmed. 2 in the tower. Now, I'm shooting through an open door, so make yourself as small as possible. Get on the floor, aim to your side. Player was looking right at me at my second shot. I really don't know what to say about my aim today. Those 2 shots look dead on, and I know that's 400 meters. I gotta double check. He took 2 from a 308. Ooh, tagged me and confirmed 413 meters. Now, I'd know what I'd do in their situation. I would rotate one man to glass, closing my angle, and the other guy push close to the tower. But you'll see, they don't do this. They remain. Now, it's hard enough to time your shots between reloads with a single player shooting at you. I'm being covered by two separate angles in the same direction, so I'm going to bug out. Now, you remember, I told you, this facility, its architecture has a high risk out, and I'm going to take it, because the normal way out is across the scaffolding. I have to stop and look at a ladder. I'm dead if I do that. You see what I mean? You see how quick they were on that shot? And you heard the report close. I stop and look at a ladder. I am so dead. I think this guy has a horseshoe up his ass. I think he might be AFK, and the guy running on the roof is trying to distract and draw attention. Unbelievable. He turns just as I shoot. All right, player on the roof is down. Now, I had to have tagged that second guy. He's moving pretty hard. Now, it's time to move position and get rid of this aggro. Now, I'm going to try to rotate back to my original position and retake my tower. But I have to quiet this noise. Well, we're back up in our tower. I'm going to go and I'm going to reclaim and set that claymore and have a look around. But quite frankly, it's Friday night and I got better things to do. Not really. But this coughing and sneezing is getting very annoying and hard on my head. So we're going to go upstairs, take a quick look around, and we're going to call it for this evening. If you enjoyed this episode, or others, pop back in. You know, you can join the Discord and get in on the fun. I'd love to hit you with a 308 between the eyes.